Hey all, last video I've introduced you to ClickSpot, an analytics solution that allows you to use AI to analyze your Hubspot data without exposing any Hubspot data to the LLM. So full privacy by using a ClickHouse data warehouse in between that automatically populates with the data coming from your Hubspot. And then you can just use AI to ask questions. The AI will generate the query that is then thrown against the data warehouse, and none of the data warehouse data actually ever leaves your premises. I touched on data spaces previously, but didn't really go into a lot of detail, which is what I'd like to do with you now, because data spaces allows us to have like a real business intelligence experience on HubSpot data with zero compromises with regards to speed and efficiency. So what spaces do is they create a single source of truth, an underlying schema, an underlying view, let's call it that, that is used to then fuel dashboards on top of them. So I've created one called deals. We'll look into how you create them afterwards. So let's clear these filters for now. And as you've seen is I've just clicked on clear this filter, and this data has been repopulated live from the underlying ClickHouse database in just milliseconds. And this is the power that ClickHouse brings to the table. So I have my deals overview here. All of this is demo data still, so no worries about that. But if it was your real data, like I said, it would live in this application that lives in your network or on your machine even, and doesn't really need to go to any cloud provider or LLM provider. So let's add a filter for amount and say, okay, I want all the deals that are less than, let's say, 500 Rand. And as you see, is the data updates more or less live. It's immediate, right? So this is the speed with which this underlying database is able to operate, and it's pretty much insane. So this gives you a real business intelligence click-like experience, and this is why data spaces are so cool, right? Because since all of this is built on the same data model, applying a single filter always applies to all of these visualizations that you have on the dashboard. So we can add another one, let's say deal stage, for example, check a couple here, and as always, just instant updates. So this is what a data space does. It gives you really cool ways of looking into your data, analyzing it, and so on and so forth. So how do you create one? So based on the data from HubSpot that we've pulled in, we can just create a new data space here and choose the granule. So this is the center of your star schema. So what is the facts that you want to look at? So in this case, let's start with contacts. Last time we looked at deals. Let's go. And just bring all the fields in, why not? And then we can add dimensions here. The dimensions are always coming in with a suggested way of joining them. So in this case, we bridge tables. So these come from HubSpot associations that are automatically populated. It also supports all of these cool things that ClickHouse brings to the table, like dictionary lookups and so on and so forth. So if you just have like an owner translation, for example, or similar, they will give you the option to choose a dictionary lookup or an FK or something like that, and that will speed up the way that this data is merged a lot more as well. So just add this. It will be the pick one join strategy here, and we'll add the lists as well, and let's add deals too. And yeah, let's skip activities for now, just because why not? And now we have these 3 dimensions in our star schema. Click on next, and then we can add computed columns. These would be calculated columns based on columns that are already in the data model. So just the first name or something like that. I don't know. So you know how you normally use computed columns. I wouldn't do aggregations here because this is a lot faster just running it on the analytics database anyway. Let's click on next. Let's give it a name. Let's call it contacts demo, and add a display name, contacts, with a nice capital C, demo, and click on generate and preview. So what happens now is the entire SQL query is produced. That is going into the ClickHouse database, and then produces the object that kind of drives that data space. Get a preview of the data that is going into it, and then I can just click create data space. And here we have the schema. I can get some like preview on the individual like dimensions and facts that are in there. I can also get some stats here, but what we're actually here for is analyzing the data. Just click analyze, create a new dashboard. It's the context demo dashboard, and I open the chat and I can ask it, okay, give me contact count per source, for example. It'll hopefully understand what I mean. So this will now just query the underlying data space for this information. First generates the SQL statement like I did in the other demo as well. And now I can add this to my dashboard. And I can ask another question. So again, just paid sources. So it will filter these for the paid sources. Add to dashboard, and I can add KPI of contacts created and add that as well. So this gives me a really nice way of quickly building out a dashboard on my HubSpot data without really compromising any of the underlying data to the LLM. So now I can add a filter here as well. Let's go with, for example, email, and then just choose this person, and now it's filtered on this data just with a click of a button. All right, so that's data spaces. It's creating individual star schemas in this case, or like I said, like very wide views objects that then are used to drive analytics based on your HubSpot data. And again, without exposing any to the LLM. So check out the project, find it at letsplaywith.tech, ClickSpot. There's the intro video here, and also a link to the GitHub source. It's still a prototype, still something that I'm building as we go along, but the idea is there, and if you want to try it, go for it. Looking forward to hear your feedback. Take care, bye.